Johnson City. It is great to be with you. I am thrilled to be back.
President Donald Trump energized a crowd of more than 6,000 people inside Freedom Hall on Monday.
A roar of applause erupted at the president's Make America Great Again rally as he outlined his goals for the people of Tennessee. Tonight, we share News Channel 11's exclusive all access to President Trump as he traveled in the Tri-Cities, including our one-on-one interview. Good evening, I'm Josh Smith.
And I'm Sarah Diamond. The Tri-Cities region still buzzing one day after the Commander-in-Chief's visit, giving people here a rare opportunity to see the president in person.
A crowd of invited guests cheered when Air Force One landed at Tri-Cities Airport yesterday around 5:15 p.m., making the president's appearance in our region official. Chief videographer Philip Merle and I joined the president's traveling press pool, and that gave us some incredible access.
Josh, both of you were allowed to travel in the president's motorcade along Interstates 81, 26, all the way into Freedom Hall.
That's right, and that is where the president met an overflow crowd, some big fans of the president and some there just wanting to witness history. Moments before Air Force One appeared over Tri-Cities Airport, an email from the White House to News Channel 11 telling us our request had been granted.
And there's the President of the United States. President Donald J. Trump has just stepped off the plane and is now descending the stairs.
Not only would we be given exclusive press pool access to cover President Trump's Tri-Cities visit, including his meet and greet with a crowd of supporters on the runway.
What a moment for these people. Many of them have been here for hours. Many of them got up today probably not expecting that they would get to shake hands with the President of the United States.
We also will be granted a one-on-one interview with the Commander-in-Chief.
We are now moving toward the press van, and it is our hope that we will be able to report live as we are on the move.
But first, we had to get from Tri-Cities Airport to Freedom Hall. Embedded in the motorcade, we got White House permission to do what some in our van said they'd not seen happen before.
Well, good evening, guys. We are in the presidential motorcade. We are on Interstate 26. We are approaching the Boones Creek exit.
News Channel 11 covered the presidential motorcade, broadcasting live from inside of the motorcade as it sped down Interstate 81, onto Interstate 26, and finally up Roan Street, where people lined up to get a glimpse of the president.
The interview ready to go.
Inside Freedom Hall, the president went behind closed doors, while details about what would happen next in our coverage were still unclear.
We are in the lowest level of Freedom Hall Civic Center, in an area where a moment ago the president was able to meet with supporters for photographs. We've been told that we are possibly going to be able to interview the president and ask him about current topics of the day. One of the most pressing questions is the campaign of Marsha Blackburn, as his administration is working to support Republican candidates in a bid to keep control of the Senate.
Then, as a capacity crowd waited just a few feet away in Freedom Hall.
Welcome to Johnson City, Tennessee.
Thank you very much.
Sir, for your time.
It's a great honor.
A one-on-one interview. Just us, White House staff, Secret Service, and the president.
I'm going to tell them that I love this state. And
Our exclusive access continued on the floor of Freedom Hall. News Channel 11 chief videographer Philip Merle was the only local television video journalist allowed within just a few feet of the president. And then,
going down Roan Street in Johnson City,
back in the press van for the return trip to the airport. Our live coverage continued on WJHL.com. Hours after the visit began, people still lined Roan Street to catch a glimpse of presidential history. After that Make America Great Again rally at Freedom Hall, we delivered live streaming coverage on WJHL.com of the departure of Air Force One.
Yeah, now this is a closed event that the press is usually not allowed to take part in, and News Channel 11 was there. We watched as Air Force One took off, traveled back to Washington, D.C., giving our viewers the same access that we were granted. What a privilege.
Yeah, and as we look back on our coverage, we want to recognize that, well, another thing we saw, women and men in uniform along the way protecting President Trump and protecting our community while he was here. During our time in the Tri-Cities and our time at the airport, we saw things like this, video of highly trained professionals. We believe those were sharpshooters, Secret Service, law enforcement, all there to guard the president until he was in the air and back on his way to Washington, D.C. last night. Well,